I feel Apple and or Beats need to rework their pricing structure. The Beats Studio 3 and the Beats Solo 3 only have a $50 price difference between them. And like I said in my initial review, I feel the Beats Studio 3 are still overpriced for what they are. But regardless, if you're trying to choose between the Studio 3 and the Solo 3, let's run down the differences between them, and you can watch my full review on the Beats Studio 3 here after you're done watching this video. Like I just said, there's only a $50 difference between these two headphones. The Beats Solo 3 typically retail for $299.95 and the newer Beats Studio 3 retail for $349.95. And in classic Beats fashion, both of these headphones come in multiple colorways and more are bound to come out. And I can't lie, they look really cool. Personally, I just wouldn't pay full price for these headphones, but Amazon usually has good deals on them, so if you still want to pick either of these headphones up, I'll have links in the description below and I'll keep them updated so you can get the best deal possible. Unboxing these headphones is identical, but there are some noticeable differences with the accessories. They both come included with a micro USB cable for charging, an audio cable with an inline controller, and a carabiner. But the first most noticeable difference when you open the box is the carrying case. The Beats Studio 3 come included with a very good hardshell carrying case. It looks nice and it genuinely does a great job of protecting your Beats against major bumps or if you cram it into an overpacked bag. Whereas the Beats Solo 3 come with a very cheap nylon bag that doesn't do much. I'm making a big deal about this cause there are plenty of other headphones that are far less expensive and come with a much better carrying case. Right now, the Skull Candy Crusher Wireless and the Bose SoundLink headphones come to mind. Concerning build quality, both of these headphones use the same exact materials. They're both mainly made out of plastic. They have minimal padding on the underside of the headband, but have a lot of grip. They both use the same synthetic leather on the ear pads, and both ear pads are equally as plush. They both even have the same buttons on the left ear cup, so you can control your music playback and activate Siri by pressing and holding the Beats logo. Or you can just say, "Hey Siri." Regarding tech specs, these headphones are practically identical. They both have Apple's W1 chip. In fact, the Beats Solo 3 were one of the first headphones to debut the W1 chip last year. And for those who don't know, the W1 chip allows for near instant pairing with your iPhone. And once your headphones are paired with your iPhone, they will automatically pair with all of your Apple devices associated to your iCloud account. So you could be listening to music on your iPhone, then watch a video on your iPad, and then switch to your MacBook, all without having to pair your headphones. And although this is very convenient, it's not totally unique. The Bose QC35 II can also do this, but not to this extent. The Bose QC35 II can only be paired to up to 2 devices at the same time, but for some people, that's plenty. But for those who want to use either of these Beats with non-Apple devices, all you have to do is press and hold the power button for 5 seconds and pair them via Bluetooth. And underneath the power button, you will also find a battery gauge. Both of these headphones also use micro USB ports for charging, and everybody and their mother will tell you that Apple should have used a lightning connector or a USB Type-C port instead. And on the other side, there's your audio jack. These headphones even have the same battery lives, depending on how you use them. The Beats Solo 3 advertised a battery life of 40 hours, but in my testing, they actually averaged about 50 hours. The Beats Studio 3 also advertised a battery life of 40 hours, but with noise cancellation turned off. And they averaged about 47 hours. And with noise cancellation turned on, they averaged about 25 hours. Not bad at all, and they both have really impressive quick charging. 5 minutes of charging on the Beats Solo 3 gets you 10 hours of playback time, and 10 minutes of charging on the Beats Studio 3 also gets you the same 10 hours. The main difference between the Beats Solo 3 and the Beats Studio 3 is form factor. The Solo 3 are on-ear headphones and the Studio 3 are over-ear headphones. The Solo 3 are meant to rest directly on top of your ears and create a decent seal which provides some passive noise isolation. And the Studio 3 are meant to encase your ears and have the added benefit of active noise cancellation. Both of these headphones have a good amount of clamping force to them, but they're still comfortable to wear. And like I said in my initial review, the Studio 3 and Solo 3 stay in place very well even when you're working out. I guess that's why I see so many people at the gym using them. But the different style of ear cups means the Studio 3 is more comfortable to wear than the Solo 3. Since the Solo 3s are constantly pressing against your ears, they do tend to heat up much faster than the Studio 3. Not to mention, the constant pressure on your ears does get annoying after a while. The Beats Studio 3 aren't the most comfortable over-ear headphones on the market right now, but I do prefer them over the Solo 3. One criticism I do have about both of these headphones is the range of motion on the ear cups themselves. I wish they would pivot more so they could fit my head a little better because I do feel some pressure on the anterior portion of my ear. Regarding sound quality, these headphones have very similar sound signatures. They have a good amount of bass and a lot of emphasis on the treble, but the low ends and mids get lost and instrument separation needs improvements. Regardless, the Beats Studio 3s do sound better than the Solo 3s. They perform a little better in the lows and they have a slightly wider soundstage. But regardless, the mids on both of these headphones are almost non-existent. Like I mentioned earlier, the Beats Studio 3 have active noise cancellation, and they automatically adjust depending on your surroundings. But to be honest, the active noise cancellation isn't the best. It doesn't do a great job of blocking out sound, and when the active noise cancellation gets turned all the way up, you do start to feel a good amount of cabin pressure. I actually prefer to use the Beats Studio 3 with the noise cancellation turned off and get the benefits of the added battery life. But it is nice to have just in case. Honestly, if you're trying to choose between the Beats Solo 3 and the Beats Studio 3, then I say just spring for the Studio 3. The extra $50 means slightly better sound, they're much more comfortable, and you get decent enough active noise cancellation. And personally, I think the Studio 3 look better than the Solo 3. I feel the ear cups on the Solo 3 are too small and they do look funny on an adult. And like I said, the Beats Studio 3 do look cool, just not $350 cool. But if I was looking for a pair of headphones to work out in, then I would go for the Studio 3. But in my opinion, I feel Apple and Beats need to drastically reduce the price of the Beats Solo 3. I feel that for what they are, I think the Solo 3 should be retailing for around $199.99, because I truly feel if you pick the Solo 3 over the Studio 3 with only a $50 price difference, you will suffer from buyer's remorse down the road. But remember, this isn't a full review on either of these headphones. I'm just trying to point out the most important differences between them so I can help you with your purchase decision. If you want to learn more about the Beats Studio 3, tap on the icon at the top right to watch the full review. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It helps out more than you realize. For more product reviews and deal alerts, check out jimcaddy.net. If you want to support the channel, pick up a shirt. And I'll catch you next time.